And start to roll your shoulders back a few times, then forward, then one more time up and down the back, almost like pressing your shoulder blades together so they kiss. And once more, really feel your sit bones, your feet root down into the earth. Bring a softness and ease to your face. Do you relax the brow, soften the cheeks, and slightly open your mouth to really release any tension in the jaw here. Imagine a string at the top of your head pulling you up to the ceiling, creating a lengthening in the spine. And as you start to settle into the body, into your space, into the present moment, notice how you are feeling this evening, the quality of your breath, any sensations in the body. And we'll start with 3 cleansing breaths. As you empty the breath out, take a deep breath in through the nose and an audible exhale out through the mouth. Take a deep breath in through the nose, audible exhale out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose, holding at the top. Audible exhale out through the mouth. Seal the lips and start to breathe in and out through the nose. Feel the breath move through the back of the throat, down the length of the spine, and into the belly. And start to notice as you slow the breath down, the mind and the body slow down as well, allowing you to shift into a safer place, a more relaxed place. Placing the left hand at the center of the chest, right hand on top of left, I invite you to tap into heart energy, tapping into self-love, compassion, and gratitude. Allow it to fill up every cell of your being. Notice it fill up from your toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Now I invite you to set an intention for today's workshop. If you need some inspiration, I invite you to be open and curious and allowing the insights you're meant to receive flow through. Continue to breathe in deeply. Allow yourself to relax even more now. Feeling a deep sense of ease wash over you with each breath in, and with each breath out, sighing out something that doesn't serve you, providing yourself with even more relief. And as you're ready, gently open your eyes, coming back to the present moment and the present space. All right, welcome back, everyone. So we're going to reflect on September right now. So Amanda and others listening to the replay who have done this session before, look back on last month's notes. And for those who are brand new, just start to think about what were some areas that allowed you to grow, allowed you to expand. What were some areas that felt a bit challenging? And just start to free write, see what comes up. Maybe kind of making a list of things as well, but really just taking a moment to reflect on how September was for you And I always like to choose one word. So choose one word to describe September. And we'll have about 8 minutes or so for this reflection. Put on some music for you. Just take some time to settle back into the body and just allow the pen to the paper to just flow. Take another minute to finish your thoughts. All right, so it's optional to share. If you'd like to share, I'd love to know that the word that you chose for September, I actually had two words myself. I said trust and momentum. I've been trying a lot of new things in my business and it's been paying off. So I'm really happy about that. Amanda says conclusive and culminating. I like how they both start with C. Julia says growth. Amazing. I love that. Sometimes we forget that reflection is just as important as goal setting, as thinking about the future. So often, like, we're not in the present, but we're more so thinking in the future. We haven't really processed what happened before. And we're just like, okay, let me just move on to the next thing. And when that happens, we can sometimes find ourselves being in the same patterns and wondering why we haven't found the right group of friends or haven't quite figured out the right service or product we want to offer in our business, or really just like the next steps in like our like family dynamics, our work life. And so the more we're able to reflect, it really is a way to be more intentional of how we live and how we move through the world. That's why this session has so many different opportunities for reflection, just because when we have that, we gain more awareness, and the human brain is conditioned to really think of things negatively. Whereas like I didn't check off my to-do list. Like if you had kind of like a list of things you wanted to get done or hoping for in September, you're like, oh, looking back, you're like, did I do some of these? Did I not do some of these? Or you could feel like you didn't reach some of the goals that you wanted to reach. But when we really sit down and we start to reflect, what are some of the wins? What are some of the challenges? What's like really coming up? You start to understand and start to reframe that mindset. It gives us an opportunity to think more in a growth oriented mindset rather than one that could be negative. Excuse me. I know that I deal a lot with having like a negative mindset. I always go to like a worst case scenario because I have a lot of anxiety. And when I'm able to reflect, and right now, like I like ran out of room. So I like got a sticky note and I wrote down all of my wins, all the things that I really should celebrate. And I'm like, wow, like I haven't really taken the time to celebrate all these things. So I want you to kind of look at your reflection and think about like what are your wins, what are the things that you're proud of, what are the things that you're accomplished. Maybe it's like feelings, things that you reflected upon, because that really starts to like shift our mindset, create neural pathways for us to understand like, wow, we have done a lot, and we have done a lot, maybe not in the areas that we wanted to. And sometimes it's okay to not do anything because that means you needed the rest. We oftentimes forget that when we are on the cusp of major change, specifically with eclipse season coming up in October, you may have found yourself a bit more slower or more lethargic in September. Maybe kind of feeling a bit stuck. We did have Mercury retrograde for like a bit of like the half of the month. Now there's some more clarity, and with that clarity will come a lot of transformation, a lot of change in eclipse season. And eclipse season will last for about 6 weeks or so, with the most intense time like being like mid end October to like early November. So it just might mean that you needed more rest to prepare for all the different opportunities and insights and revelations that will come your way next month. So, to help facilitate that intention, that deeper understanding, we'll do the energy reset right now. And the energy reset is two components. It's breath work. So, we'll do holotropic breathing, breathing through the mouth, and we'll breathe in through the stomach, the heart, and out through the mouth. So, it's like, and then we will end the session with a sound bath. So I don't often experience breathwork sessions that have a sound bath, and I find it to be just like very calming, very relaxing, and kind of allows you to settle back into the body in just a way that feels quite good. So I want you to find a comfortable lying down position. Make sure that your head isn't on a pillow. I don't need to see you. You can turn off your camera. And this will be around like 15 minutes or so. So I want you to just find a comfortable horizontal position. Maybe you're on the couch, on the floor, or in your bed. And then just start to close your eyes. Settle back into the body. And just give yourself an opportunity to be. Know that if you're a bit newer to breath work, you might experience some sensations like tightness in the hands, feeling cool, feeling hot. Anything that you feel, any emotions that come up are completely normal. Now start to notice your natural breathing here. And feel the body anchor down into wherever you are. Feel a sense of relaxation wash over you. And start to draw the attention inward by focusing on your natural inhales and exhales. This energy reset allows you to release anything that doesn't serve you, anything lingering in September and even well before that. Allows you to bring in more clarity, more compassion, more self-love, more acceptance, and more sense of peace. So start to lengthen your inhales and make your exhales longer than your inhales. Still that natural breathing. And start to notice any sensations in the body. Notice any thoughts, any feelings that are coming up for you. And know that you are meant to be here. Trust in your divine timing. Now I invite you to start with that holotropic breathing. So we're breathing in and out through the mouth, in through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth. Following your rhythm, you don't need to follow along with me. Just a guide for you this evening. So in through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth. Breathing in deeply. These are just the beginning stages of breath work. So allow yourself to push past the resistance. Yes, you can. You can continue with this breath. Try to move through any discomfort, any resistance in the mind, in the body, in the spirit. And focusing on that breath in through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth. Allowing your physical form to feel fully relaxed wherever you are. And just allowing your breath to carry you from moment to moment, in through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth. Allow the music to distract you, to guide you in through the belly, into the heart, and out through the mouth. Start to notice what is coming up for you. Releasing expectation, releasing resistance. What is showing up for you? Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to release. Knowing that you may shift your body side to side. And always return back to your natural breath. And come back to that holotropic breathing when you're ready. Continuing with that rhythm of in through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth at your own pace. Noticing the rise and fall of your body with each breath in. And allow your breath to just carry you away. It's normal for your mind to wander. It's normal for you to want to stop. But know that on the other side of this resistance really is your intuition, creativity, the answers that you are seeking, the release that you need. So move through the breath. Just taking a few more breaths here. Starting to notice any shifts and changes in the body and the mind, and allowing it to just happen. And then when you feel complete, when you finish your cycle, come back to that natural breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Feel a lightness cascade through the body. Feel yourself settle back into your space. Really notice what is floating in and out through the mind. Moving your body as needed in a way that feels organic and natural and nourishing to you. And when you feel ready, come back to that holotropic breathing. In through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth. This time it feels right for you, bringing in a little bit more intensity, drawing in the breath more, and maybe moving a bit faster, breathing faster. And again, noticing any sensations in the body, any thoughts floating in and out of the mind, and know that yes, you can move through the resistance, release expectations of how it should feel, and just breathe. This is a short session, and I know that you can make it through. Letting any doubts just slip away with your exhales and allowing yourself to feel more expansive with each breath that passes. Feeling more liberation, more expansion. In through the belly, in through the heart, and out through the mouth. Allow the music to inspire you, to guide you in your breath. Just a few more breaths here. Allow yourself to move through the resistance, to breathe in deeply, to crack open your heart. Feel the rise and fall of your body. Feel a clarity move through the mind. A deep sense of relief and release. And when you finish your cycle, come back to that natural breath, that natural breathing. Settle back into the body. Notice the shifts and changes that happened. Just listening to the sound of your breath. And starting to reflect what came up for you. Empty the breath out here. Take a deep breath in through the nose and an audible exhale out through the mouth. We're going to be moving into the sound bath portion now. So just allow yourself to fully relax. we're going to take a few more deep breaths. So empty the breath out. Take a deep breath in through the nose and an audible exhale out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. Audible exhale out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. And this time hold it at the top. And let it go out through the mouth. Feel the sound of this bowl move through every cell of your being, helping you to clear any stagnant energy. This bowl has charcoal in it, which is purifying, clarifying. Allow this clearing to provide some more clarity. The next steps you need to move forward in your career, in your business, in your personal life as well. And start to return to your physical form and bringing some gentle movements to the fingers, to the toes. And on your next inhale, raise your arms up and overhead for a nice full body stretch. And when you feel ready, come up to a comfortable seat. Take as much time as you need. And then grab your journal and just start to write down what came up for you during the energy reset. And again, using one word to describe that experience for you or any insights that came through for you. We'll just do this for a couple minutes here. And if you want to share, I would love to know what came up for you. For myself, I received some clarity and a shifting of mindset of not always kind of thinking and believing the first thing my mind jumps through as the truth, and kind of taking a step back and thinking about all the different possibilities. A message that I need to move slower. It's ironic. Sometimes we're like, oh, like I have to move faster, but sometimes moving slower is faster. Something to play around with in October. All right, so now I'll share the astrological forecast ahead. So we all know that, oh, Julie says, felt a sense of needing to take more time to fully rest and implement being near more water in my life. Yes, I love that. That's so great. So actually, let's go back. And with these insights, what is one action you can do in October to help you move slower and to help you rest more? Just take a moment and write down one step. And those who are listening to the replay, write one action you can take based on any insights, any clarity you received during the energy reset. All right, I'm going to move on to the astrology forecast portion. So next month is a big month because it's eclipse season. We have two eclipses. We have a new moon eclipse on October 14th in Libra, and we have a full moon eclipse on October 28th in Taurus. Now, we are currently in Libra season, and towards the end of the month, it is shift into Scorpio season. In this season, especially with a new moon eclipse in Libra, there is going to be a lot of new intentions, new desires to have healthier relationships. Now, we've already gone through a nodal change. So in July, the nodes shifted into Aries and Libra, which makes next month and this new moon in Libra so important. The nodes represent our purpose, our karma. The north node is where we're meant to be going in this lifetime. The south node, things we're familiar with, things we need to let go of, less focus on the south node, more focus on north node. And with the collective shift moving into a north node in Aries and a south node in Libra, we are meant to be learning how to release the parts of us that are perpetuating unhealthy relationships and unhealthy relationship dynamics. So, with this new moon in Libra, aside from looking at where Libra shows up in your chart, generally speaking, it's going to be a very powerful day, a powerful time, and not just that day, but starting now, you'll start to really feel this like 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, like, a new moon, a full moon eclipse, you'll start to really reflect and think about who really cares about me, who really lifts my energy, who drains my energy. How can I find more balance in my life? And how can I be a much more nuanced speaker, communicator? How can I be more balanced? And especially in the season of Libra, with the nodes in Libra as well, this is a very powerful opportunity for you to call in a long term partnership as well. If you are currently dating or you want to kind of plant some new seeds with your current relationship, knowing that in 6 months' time, they will come into fruition and they will manifest. It doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, it's going to take the full 6 months. There'll be kind of little things, little milestones that happen from now until 6 months in the future for that. So, again, new moons are wonderful for new beginnings, planting new seeds, and setting your intentions to be manifested in 6 months' time when it's a full moon in Libra. Okay. Now, next up, we have a full moon in Taurus on October 28th. And this is going to continue to release some of the lessons we've been learning the past 2.5 years. So before, the nodes were in Taurus and Scorpio. We were learning lessons around stability, self-worth, revamping our relationship with money, upgrading our money mindsets, and understanding where we are feeling powerful, powerless, and how we can more empower ourselves. And there's a bit of like relationship dynamic as well. And so with this closing, official, I feel like official closing of kind of Scorpio and Taurus nodes, we are finally going to be really feeling and seeing the lessons we've been working on so hard the last few years, especially if you have a sun, moon, rising, or north node in Taurus. You have felt this acutely in understanding like how to feel more stable from the inside out. As a collective, we're going to be celebrating manifestations around money, around financial literacy, around self-worth, because full moons are all about release and celebrating our manifestations from when the new moon was in the same sign. So when the new moon was in Taurus 6 months ago, you can think back to 6 months ago if you don't journal with the moon cycles, like where you were, what you wanted to create, how you felt, and what changes you wanted to implement in your life. With eclipses, the energy is much more intense. So you'll feel with the new moon the desire to just like do new things, start fresh. And with the full moon, you'll feel like a lot more emotional. So usually you'll feel like we just finished a full moon in Aries last Friday, and the week and a half leading up to it, you can feel kind of like lopsided, very emotional with this sign, maybe a bit more argumentative, a bit more combative, like a shorter fuse. And with this full moon eclipse in Taurus, there is going to be a lot more like feeling surrounding that. So you probably will start to feel this around the same time, like as the new moon in Libra happens on October 14th, and you'll feel it a couple weeks after as well. But know that, with knowledge comes power. So you know that you're probably going to feel maybe a little bit anxious around how you feel in terms of stability. Taurus energy really kind of depends on like a consistent, a very traditional or safe job to like feel like very secure. But this full moon is pushing us to really finish up those lessons and to understand that the feeling of safety and stability can only come from within. So starting now, see how you can cultivate a sense of stability. If you are, exploring starting your business or kind of shifting like services and products, make sure that you work on your mindset around money, around resources. If you need to take, a part-time freelance role or explore other ways to feel financially stable, this is a wonderful time for you to lean into that. It's always a good time to lean into that, but especially now with that full moon in Taurus. Okay. So again, Libra is a time we're talking about relationships. It's understanding our most intimate relationships and those dynamics and how we can make them better. Libra is a sign that can often like give too much. It can be very kind of, it's an air sign, so it can be floating here, there, likes to keep a packed schedule. And during the month of October and also like September, because we're in Libra season right now, well, before like the last like week and a half, 10 days or so, um, there is a desire to like pack a lot of things into the calendar. If you haven't noticed, there might be a lot of people being like, hey, like, can you hang out? Or like, you want to reach out to people. There's just that energy of socialness to it. But give yourself kind of opportunities to rest after intense moments of engaging with others, whether it's digitally or in person. And at the end of the month, we're shifting into Scorpio season, and we are going to really be focused on understanding different parts of ourselves that need more healing. Scorpio is a sign of change and transformation, so perfect for eclipse season. And usually it's always around this time as well that eclipses happen. And so we will be invited to think about what new versions of ourselves are we welcoming, and what parts of us that have we been kind of pushing away that we really need to deeply heal. And it could just be recognizing and accepting, like, I am this way, and this is something that I'm working on. Or seeing others for who they are and embracing that as well, and not forcing people to be the way that you want them to be, and just seeing them for who they are. Um, During this time, we may also be exploring some themes around death and rebirth. There might be some themes around power. There might be some like new business collaborations, business partners, opportunities, as well as you kind of reflecting how you can empower yourself more. Okay. So those are the highlights for October, really focusing on how you can take care of yourself more the month ahead, just because it is eclipse season. It can feel a bit tumultuous. It can feel a bit overwhelming. So make sure that you have good morning and evening rituals so that you feel very grounded and very stable. Especially with that full moon at the end of the month, like you might want to just really kind of, if you shifted into a new industry, a new role, or new business, you might also feel a desire to kind of go back to what you're familiar with. It's not that it's better, it's just that it's familiar. So reminding yourself like why you wanted to start something new, why you wanted to start a business, why you wanted to change jobs, change industries is going to be really helpful. So, anyone have any questions before we move into the reflection component? No questions? Okay. Know that you will get the replay so you can revisit this section. I also have the dates that I'll send out to you that you'll see like in the replay notes. And just take time for yourself this month. Be very intentional about who you engage with, how you spend your time, and know that extra self-care is going to be super beneficial. So right now, I want you to grab your handy dandy notebook and write down what are your intentions for October. What I like to do is create some like bullets and then writing some paragraphs and really coming from a place of like, how do I want to feel? What do I want to create for myself, for my business, and my personal life? And this month, we can have an extra focus on relationships that'll help us, like in our career, and relationships that allow us to feel safe and nurtured, whether it's like intimate relationships with a romantic partner, with a sibling, with your family, with your best friend. So, really integrate some relationship intentions in here as well. And we'll have about 10 minutes or so to do this. Take another minute to finish your thoughts. All right. I would love to know what's the word that you chose for the month ahead and anything else that you'd like to share. For me, I actually two words again. I chose lightness and trust. Feeling a bit lighter. And it says move slow, beautiful, in line with how you felt earlier after the energy reset. Julie says trust and leap. Wonderful. So the power of this session is really allowing you to focus. So what we focus on grows. And when we take this time, and it's not that long, it's just 75 minutes, but it makes such a big difference at the start of every single month to do this. It just provides a lot of clarity and a lot, kind of like you have a roadmap. And even if you never look at it again, subconsciously it's been stored away in the mind, because I write this and then I don't come back to it um until the next session. And it's always really beautiful to kind of review and see what I've written, and just having that intention and understanding the feelings I would like to feel the month ahead really allows to shape my thoughts, my actions, and so much more. And for those, if this is like your first time, I know that it'll be super beneficial. Okay, so our last session for this year is going to be at the end of November. Actually, sorry, the end of October for November. And then I'm like, I have to kind of play around with like November and December. I might like make it together just because it's like the holiday season. And then at the end of the year, at the start of the year, I do like a very special intention setting sound bath, which is like this, but it's much longer, the sound bath. So I'm excited to be hosting that again. I think it's like my third or fourth year. I can't even remember, but hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed all the different exercises. And for those who are able to join live, I will give you an opportunity to ask some questions now.